I don't think I inspire others. I would like to think more of I agitate. That's the work of an organizer, right? My name is Maru, Mora, Villapando, and I'm a community organizer. I focus on the Latinx community, and within that, the undocumented community, because I myself was undocumented for 25 years and a half. I was always looking for the piece of paper. I was told, you have no papers, you can get this. You have no papers, you cannot get that. And I was like, well, so what are the papers? And they say, well, Congress needs to pass a law to give you the papers. And then we go and we say, how about you give us the papers? And they're like, no. So then why are you asking us for papers? You don't want to give us the papers. The problem is not us. The problem is policy. I joke usually that I was probably the only undocumented lobbyist here in Olympia and in Washington, D.C. for many years. I had to learn on my own political science. And so the more I learned and the more I became involved, both at state and national level, I realized we need to really have a movement of people fighting for dignity and recognition. So I kind of switched and I went into more of the community organizing that I learned in Mexico and I have done in previous times and occasions. And I started organizing with undocumented people like me. When we did workshops, we were teaching people actually how to read bills from Congress. We wanted them to see what the offers were, what policy actually meant for politicians and what it would mean to us. While we're fighting for policy, while we're fighting for the papers, people are being incarcerated. People are being separated from their families. And they're being vanished from the country when they're deported, like they were never here. So civil disobedience meant a lot of sense to me. And so I joined a national campaign that is called the No One More Deportation Campaign. And that led, the civil disobedience I did here outside the detention center led to the biggest so far hunger strike in a detention center in March of 2014. And so since then, I've been devoted all my time to working with people in detention, recognizing their leadership, working with their families, doing everything we can to shut down the detention center so we can stop detentions and deportations. I'm from a big city. I'm from Mexico City. But when the detention center opened, it became shameful to think of Tacoma altogether. Because every time people from the detention center call us, they usually will refer to the detention center as Tacoma. People would say, my loved one is in Tacoma. I'm detained in Tacoma. So Tacoma became a synonym of detention. I think it shows the damage that this place can do, not only to the people that are detained there, not only to their loved ones and the community, but an entire city. And so Tacoma can actually be the city that they want to be, but the first step needs to be to shut down the detention center. So then people wouldn't associate Tacoma with detention.